You already know what it is. You are now tuning in to Damaged Goods. Hey, make sure you tap that follow. Oh, yeah. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. We're going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Damaged Goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you. Yeah, I got a game on lockdown, ayy. See me when I'm chilling at the top now, ayy. I'ma tell my story. I don't give a fuck, you can watch out. Mind over matter, I'm telling the truth. Been through the worst, I got nothing to lose. Talking to me, better watch what you say. I am the one who don't play with no games. Velocity, property of my own shame. Militant minded and sick in the brain. Truly right now, I don't need to explain. Maki on fire, now you know my name. Ayy, yo, ayy. Damaged goods, okay, wait, damaged goods, okay, wait, okay. Damaged goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you. And I got a game on lockdown, see me chillin' at the fucking talk now. I'ma tell my story, I don't give a fuck, you can watch now. Damaged goods, but you know I still got the value. Did it by myself, I made my name without you. And I got a game on lockdown, ayy. See me when I'm chillin' at the top now, ayy. I'ma tell my story. I don't give a fuck, you can watch now. Yeah. Hey, hey, ayy. What? Ayy. Gang. Yo. You already know what the fuck going on. Damaged goods. Damaged goods with no motherfucking regrets.
What up? How's it going, y'all? Hopefully everyone's doing good. While I wait for my guest to click that link that I sent. We'll just sit here and be idiots together. Okay, so I've been a complete fool all weekend, having a really good time, actually. Hopefully everybody's been having a good time. How's it going? Let's scroll to the top here. All right, I dropped a bunch of links and information at the top. Mr. Spivey, if you're still in the house, how are you? Sally, hello. Kat is here. Cat scratch fever. Eric is in chat. Mama, hey. Please feel free to click the link. Eric, unless you want me to drop it in chat. Arctic, hey, how are you, honey? How's everything going? Okay, somebody in chat, tell me what y'all have been up to. Anything good this weekend going on? Remembering any family members that I've served and passed. Barbecues, getting together with people. Dolly, hi, honey, how are you? Reese, Dee Dee, Joanne, how are you? Yes, everyone. So I've been busy all freaking day, in and out of stores and whatnot, and I always get cold, so I wear long sleeves, and then I get home and I have to rush because, of course, I don't give myself enough time to do anything. And, well, I didn't get a chance to change. So I'm going to saw my knuckles off the all today. Yesterday you were grilling, Reese. We didn't do anything. Present, and he passes in the house. How are you? I hope you were doing super fantabulous. I'm Taylor first. Okay, well, hello. How are you, Taylor? Party, fishing, barbecue, fireworks. Awesome. We went for a walk under the bridge that we took you guys there once. Well, I actually just did a video. I didn't take you guys. I apologize. I failed to bring you on their field trip, but it was very nice. I love it. Anything that has to do with water. Absolutely love. So what's going on? Are we still, Eric, where are you? Are you still in chat, buddy? Because you're the one I'm waiting for. So Mr. Eric is a state trooper out in Texas, and he's going to be joining us today because he has been part of law enforcement. Let me see what he says. For oh dear Lord. Okay, clearly he's a little excited. So yeah, he's been in law enforcement for 19 years. And he's going to be sharing some stories with us. I'm excited to hear a little bit about what he has going on. Whatever. My junk. I'm not really sure exactly how much details he will be going into, so I would like to let you guys know that there could be a little bit of triggers. So I guess I will say that here since I didn't put it in the title. But I'm sorry, I'm sending the link back over again. Anyway, so okay, somebody tell me something good. Mystical's in the house. How are ya? Okay, thank you. Popping back whenever you can. That's awesome. Thank you for stopping in just to say hi. So, other than walking around under the bridge by the water, I got to see a really badass manatee. I love manatees. They are so cool. And they have dolphins and sharks in there. And actually, a bird is flying around in here. I told you the animals all seem to find me. So if I don't know, you see a bird fly past or dart me in the head or something like that, don't worry. That kind of shit's kind of normal here. It's just a normal day in my life. All right, so I'm just waiting because he's coming in full uniform. So I don't know. Are you bringing your gun and your cuffs with you? Because, I mean, hey, some people might find that attractive. I, on the other hand, don't love it that much. Okay. So this playlist, everybody knows. Sorry, I am just sitting here trying to figure out what the hell is taking so long, and then I realized he was getting dressed. Wonder how many layers. You ever wonder how many layers a cop actually wears, or a trooper? I mean, I've never tried to undress one before, so I'm not sure, but they look like they're awfully thick and padded. Just wondering. We'll have to ask, and that'll be one of the questions I'll ask. What's the matter? Why are you upset? Joanne, why are you upset? So other than the manatee and the dolphins that we got to see under the bridge, we really just hung out and movies. That's pretty much what we did, and stayed home because we are very much homebodies. Every now and again we'll go and do something, but I try not to go anywhere or do anything on holiday weekends. In fact, that's usually a rule that Matt and I follow, is that we just kind of stay home, or we walk or Uber if we go someplace. But there's no real need to go anywhere outside of the house, you know what I mean? Because we have everything we need here. Yeah. Hey, Fat, what's up? How are you today? I've seen a few. I wouldn't mind padding. Okay, so there may be a cop or two that I wouldn't mind, getting in trouble just for the frisk part of it. But as long as I don't get like hemmed up somehow and taken in, I'll be good. You baked cookies and you ate too many. That's funny. I am not a snack fan. I am a cheese doodle fan, as everybody knows. But occasionally I get into my little, I have to have like a chocolatey brownie type of thing, right? And when I do that, I understand exactly how you feel. My friend is getting married to a state trooper. Awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. My neighbor got dead yesterday. Oh, well, I am so sorry about your neighbor, Joanne. My condolences to you and their family. So, Fed, did you guys do anything this weekend? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what's going on? Are they going to have DC come home for his funeral? Have they made arrangements for that? It's okay. This cop has, I don't think this cop has arrested you before. He's never arrested me before. So he's in Texas. He's in Texas, but I don't think he's ever worked in Florida. However, he does have people out here that he knows. So, I mean, it's possible. I can't. I love it. I absolutely love that because I'm always the same way. I'm like, do I know that cop? They're spreading his ashes in the ocean. Okay. In Vero, gotcha. Are they doing anything before, or like some kind of like ceremony get together type thing? Or is it a private thing where just family and no friends? He's gonna put a flag and flowers out. Are you? That's awesome. My dad does that every year. I used to do it when I was younger, and I really do miss doing it with him. But he's not doing it this year because he's with my mom in her rehab center. So I'm sure he's not really loving that he gets to miss doing that. But on the other hand, he's spending every waking moment that he's allowed to with my mom, which makes me happy because when I can't be there, at least I know she's not alone. I'm texting the trooper. I said, you are always late. If you were a chick, you'd be pregnant. Okay, so how's it going? White boy I see has joined us. Hello, husband. How are you? I don't think it's just a private. I understand why people do that, but from an outsider's point of view, I kind of don't like that. I hate that actually because, we mourn them too, and we want to be a part of it and saying goodbye and whatnot. So it definitely affects me when they do private things and friends are not invited. Hello, Ms. Checking. How are you today, darling? So, what is the most exciting thing that you guys did this weekend? Absolutely, Fet. Amen to that. Here we go. I was afraid you were going to say that. I just want people to stop doing drugs and drinking so much. I hope that that doesn't mean that there may have been an overdose as the cause of death. If it was, though, I absolutely 100% understand what you're feeling and going through, because I can't tell you how many people between my husband and I that we have lost from overdoses. And it doesn't get easier. It gets harder every year. And it seems like more and more and more people are overdosing now than ever before. And it's just disgusting. So horrible. Checking, I love you. Thank you. I think what you were doing is fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Okay. So what I had originally planned to do today is I was going to talk about internet harassment and abuse, because, well, we all know what happens, right? People on the internet get a little bit too big for their keyboards and they go crazy and decide that they are like king ding-a-ling of the internet, and they decide to do all kinds of things that they really shouldn't, and then they turn around and lie when they get called out on it. But unfortunately for them, if they are somebody that is messing with me, well, screenshots are always put in my community, because, you know, I gotta call it like I see it. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys and be supporting the situation that we were talking about when it comes to abuse, and advocating and helping, because I think that it's time that people start to learn what's going on with it and realize that it is not okay, and they have to say something and speak up for themselves and stand up for themselves. Some people do not know, like I've said in the past, that they're even being abused, because it's not physical abuse. But today was going to be about the internet aspect of it. We were going to start out kind of slow and work our way into the more serious parts of it. However, I had a gentleman the other day come on named Aaron. His channel is Get to Know, and he had spoken about something from his past. And then I had this state trooper, whom I know throughout a mutual friend of ours, said that he would like to come on today, but maybe he's got cold feet. Not really quite sure. So I'm trying to find out what this issue is. I'm not really sure why he's unable to get on. So I'm going to email and text the link again, because he really did want to come on. He really did want to share some information with you guys. So thank you, Spivey. Whisper is doing great. She is she's in the house laying on my bed. In fact, taking up the entire bedroom.
Well, I still have. Go ahead. Sorry, babe. Good job.
And he, husband just came out. He's talking on the phone. The dog took up the entire bed. She took up the entire bedroom. She just runs around and she knocks everything over with her giant wagging butt and tail. And yeah, so she's doing good though. Very spoiled. She picked out 3 toys yesterday, 2 days ago at the store. I'm sorry. And she had a good time. She likes to go and so you see the other looks I give him. Check. Check knows because she has been on the phone and has heard him just start rambling. Because he doesn't realize that I'm on the phone usually if I have my Bluetooth in. So if he isn't I'm up here, I guess, in a minute or so, then we're just going to wing it and go on with the internet stuff because that was the original plan. And then I'll just change the title of the live because I'm not going to say that it's anything with anybody if they are not here. So that's too funny. No one would leave if you came up, Jack. So I'm going to drop the link because why the hell not? And then if he decides to hop on, hey, honey, how are you?
Hello.
Then we can clear the panel out and allow him to come up. What's the matter, babes? Oh. I know. You coming, Check? I can't. I keep looking at that freaking comment. The look she just gave him. Seriously. My looks are, I have a wider range of looks. Oh, here we go. We got a friend.
Hi. I'm shutting off my camera. I'm seriously still running. Like I had to run up and forgot to
No
yeah,
worries.
but I'm here. Let me shut off my camera and I'll be on. We'll talk.
No problem. No worries at all.
Okay.
Check's up here too. So
Yay!
you've been busy with your family all weekend. Did you do anything good? I know you bounced around from in-laws to outlaws. No.
Yes.
So what'd you guys do?
Well, what was it? Saturday we went to my family's house, and then Sunday we went to the in-laws, and we were actually out until like almost midnight yesterday.
I know you texted me late.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. All weekend's been crazy, but I thought today would be an easier, more laid back day. But of course, I'm trying to also run errands and do all that stuff. So, but yeah.
Sounds like she's got a life.
I know. I was gonna say, right? I didn't do anything except for go to my little spot under the bridge. But what'd you do? Anything exciting, Checkers?
No, I just sat around and relaxed. My mom went out with my brother to several places that are
Hi, Duchess.
opening up. Hi, Duchess. How are you doing? I hope everything is okay after your surgery. You've been in my prayers. Please let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, how are you? Are you feeling okay?
Surgery on Monday.
I remember her saying that. How you feeling, Duchess?
But I miss those days when I could go and do things with my kids out in the park and things. They're all grown now, so they do their own thing and leave me. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I'm too old. I don't feel like doing
I know. All right, so you know what? Let's do this. I know that Mom is coming on to talk on Wednesday night. However, since we are here, let's discuss the. No, honey, I don't. But thank you so much. Let's discuss what we all think about the internet situation. I know we all were discussing this.
Well, there are laws.
Yeah, internet abuse. There's
Right.
internet stalking, harassment. So, what do you guys think about that stuff?
Well, I'm glad that there's being changes made towards this because it has gotten really bad. I mean, I never really noticed it before, but now I travel everywhere on the internet, so I see it a lot. I see a lot of just plain straight accusations and accusing, slandering people, and without, any evidence. And that, yes, it's good to say, well, we know you, so we know it's not true, right? But that still doesn't take the fact that it's across an open platform where anybody in the world for years can see this. And you never know what some people feel or think of them things that you might be accused of, and what they might do to you
Right.
or your family members. So I'm glad that there are laws being placed, and Cash Gurnan and the Ruseks, I believe, Shanann's family are the ones that are, because believe me, they have been through it, them two families. And they are making changes. So I'm really happy to see it. But I think a lot of people don't know their power of what they can do, how they
Right.
can stop it for themselves.
Absolutely. So, Mom, are you with us? Mama.
Yes, I'm here. I just muted, so I didn't hear what checking had to say. I didn't want any feedback from my end. So, but no, I agree completely with what you're saying, checking. But here's another thing I want to point out as well about like the internet and stalking and things like that, because believe it or not, I actually have experience with being stalked in real life. When I was 20 years old, I was stalked. And there's already not enough laws as far as stalking, even in real life, goes. I know that that is changing, but also I'm happy to see that it is starting to change as well as on the internet, too, that people can get punished for that. But the problem I also have is that people belittle it. They belittle
Yes.
internet stalking because it's not somebody standing outside of your window or waiting in the parking lot of your apartment or following you and showing up everywhere you are, just like I had my experience in real life. But it's just as violating. And
Oh,
if
it
not
can.
worse, because you literally have nowhere to go when
Right.
you are being internet stalked. Just like verbal abuse, it is belittled because it's not physically being done to a person. And
And
that, in my opinion, is a whole bunch of bullshit.
oh yeah, just a few years back, I would say like maybe within the last 10 years, stalking
Hmm.
was not a thing. I mean, people had it
Right.
happen to them. Like you had a personal experience. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope something was done and you're safe. But the internet is now proven that people can harm you from seeing
Hmm.
a podcast. Look at that lady and her husband were killed not too
Hmm.
long ago. Doug from North Part was harmed physically.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
He actually got very lucky because he was not breathing when they
right,
arrived on the scene and they had to revive him.
right.
And
He is extremely
he was
lucky.
technically killed in his driveway.
Yeah, so see, I mean, this is
Hmm.
not things that should be taken lightly. It shouldn't be just brushed off. Some people they have that mentality in life. They would walk through a fire thinking, oh, it's just fire. I can go through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just their mentality. But they don't realize the real truth and danger of this. Not only, I mean, you can have your name degraded and everything else, and you can prove with documents and through time and history that's okay. But you have no idea what brain is on the other side of that screen watching you and what they're thinking. There are very evil people in this world and that don't have no problem,
Absolutely.
getting to do what they want to do. So I am so glad that there are people fighting it from this internet part. And I'm really glad that the outside world has started to see that stalking it's like a murderer who plans, like a serial killer plans to look for a certain person, correct? That's a stalking technique. Okay.
Absolutely.
So that should be, it's the same thing on the internet. It's a technique to get to.
Right.
So, yeah. I kind of lost
So
my train of thought. I'm on there.
everybody knows about the nonsense that I've had to deal with. Between the female one, whom I will not mention, and then there's that lovely person that likes to call himself a man.
I'm no man.
Yeah.
No, he's hard.
The funny thing is that after I had done my first video for this playlist, my opening video was an intro just to let everybody know what was going on in my channel in this, near future, what I wanted to do. I had said my first video was going to be on internet harassment, intimidation, stalking, cyberbullying, things like that, which is something that man does all the time. Well, Mr. No Thanks, I guess, got in his feelers because all of a sudden I get a text message on my phone again, knowing damn well it is not my husband's phone. Guess what he does? He actually, in text, acting as though he's speaking to my husband, says, "I'm going to send your wife a picture of my dick." Really?
Oh.
You know you're not talking to me. You know how I know? Because I told you over and over and over and over and over again that you're not talking to my husband, that you're talking to me. That's number one. Number two, yesterday he texts my husband's phone. So come on, dude. What the fuck? Are you that your shit's getting exposed? Because it's not okay. And I'm not the one for you to think that you can turn around and cyberbully or harass or scare, because you don't scare me. No one does.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. And the messed up part is that on his channel, when he talks, he tries very, very hard to say things properly. Like he'll say DVSA, he says things that he wants to prevent himself from being reported, so he tries to be very PC with it. But then he turns around and privately in text messages is harassing, talking major crap about my husband to me, and then to me, like talking crap about me to me, knowing he's not speaking to my husband. He was asked multiple times to stop and refuses. No means no. Stop means stop. Don't contact me means do not contact me anymore. That's it. There's zero reason, but yet my phone does not get left alone. So apparently, no thanks needs to be spoken of, because I can't handle his BS, because you know why? I'm not the only one. He has taken advantage of his female mods. He has threatened and scared them multiple times, over and over again.
Even be on the internet anymore. How can you be that bad to do that to somebody? You know what I mean? You're that bad and you have no guilt for that. No, it doesn't.
No, it's not okay. He goes as far as to tell people whose chats they can go into.
Oh, yeah.
And that isn't okay either, because you know what? At the end of the day, YouTube is a huge, huge community, okay? There are so many of us here in the YouTube community. I know that you guys follow and hang out in chats of people that I don't particularly like. I also know that you guys hang out with people on YouTube that my husband doesn't particularly like, or that they don't like us. Why does that matter? Who cares?
Unless
I don't care where you are allowed to,
right? I mean, if they're two-faced people, they come here and they're all lovey-dovey, and then they go somewhere else and talk shit about you. Well, that's the kind of person you don't want around anyway, right? I mean, I go everywhere, but don't nobody talk shit about the people that I support. If they do,
Well, you see,
I, as a
that's
supporter, come out, but I don't feel that I have to be limited, as you say, to go wherever I want. I mean, Doug went so far as to try to embarrass me on a live because I support you and I also support non-bashing of families. Okay, so he tried. Okay, let's just put it this way. All I do is walk away and poof, you're gone, just like the words that just came out of my mouth. Gone. Can't catch them, can't redo them, can't nothing. You don't exist.
Yes,
But for
sweetheart.
some, he has taken it beyond that. Like what he does to you, what he's done to his mods. That he's sick, and it shouldn't be allowed. And there should be consequences for that type of behavior, because in real society, you cannot do that.
right. And the problem, I think, with oops, I accidentally dropped a link that whatever, it doesn't matter. The problem with that is that they believe they are untouchable. So speaking of that person, he has policed family members. Okay, so his dad is a retired officer. His brother is an active duty, what is he, detective? So he pretty much feels as though he's untouchable and can do whatever the hell he wants to do. At the end of the day, that's not the truth. You cannot do anything you want. You are not untouchable. What you are is an embarrassment to your family, I'm pretty sure. Because who wants to have to deal with that when you are in the law enforcement? I mean, if that's your career and your child, who, yes, child, I will say child because he still acts like a child, is constantly doing things to embarrass himself, you, your family name, and purposely going against the grain. At one point, he was a part of something. I do not remember the name of the group or whatever. They were like policing the police. So basically, he was like trying to catch officers doing things they shouldn't be doing and then reporting them and talking about them on the internet and whatnot, and that isn't okay because it's kind of just like you are going against your family at that point, and that's kind of crappy. And then, see you later, Pats. Thanks for coming in. On top of that, you have to sit there and what if you're exposing your family's friends and coworkers? How does that look? How does that make your family feel? And then they have to sit there and constantly protect you because you're acting like a dumbass.
And the more you defend, the more it gets entangled because these people use whatever you defend to twist and make it fit their narrative. So it becomes this unending circle of antagonizing and degrading and affecting somebody's mental stability. You're trying to fight against a lie, which is almost virtually impossible to do because one person's the Jim Jones and the other one is the I'm not drinking. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes a never-ending circle of trying to defend, and it becomes more and more clear that people jump on that hate wagon. They start following you and doing what they think is the right thing because they believe what their so-called leader or Jim Jones is saying. So they then it becomes a whole bunch of people, and let alone the people you don't see that might be really doing things from the real world side, sending letters, driving by your home, and here you think it's just these people on the internet when it's really somebody that might be right down your street. You know what I'm saying? So you're setting up the unknown, and the unknown is very vast. You do not know what's going to happen, and you don't know what's out there. So
Yeah.
this kind of stuff needs to be stopped.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's no different than having to deal with somebody in real life that you can see every day. If they're going to intimidate you and make you feel belittled or scared to say use your own name, then that's not okay. You're not supposed to be afraid to be who you are. This man has sent pictures of naked women to other people. He only has involvement with females long distance because he doesn't want to have an actual commitment. And then they turn around and get all butthurt because he's talking to other people. It's not okay. Then to send him nudes, and he's going to turn around and he's going to not only show them on his community posts and whatnot. Teddy Whisper's doing good. Thank you so much. 40 minutes late. That's okay. No worries. But then he sends those pictures out to other people. Why? Is that
I
something
wanted
that
to actually add to that too. As far as sending other women's pictures out or anything like that in a compromising position, a lot of people don't realize that that is illegal. It's called revenge porn and it is punishable. But the problem is that most people don't want to press charges because the woman or the man that had that done to them is embarrassed of being in that vulnerable position. So people keep getting away with it. But the fact of the matter is it's illegal and it is punishable. And
take your power,
have to stand up to it.
Take your power, right, Mama? Take your power back and do something about it.
Absolutely. So what you can do in that situation is that you call the police department in that person. And I'm not saying just him or that twat waffle female that was harassing us and giving us a hard time, but whatever state they live in, you contact their local PD and you report them. And then you go through your channel of contacting your law enforcement. It has to be done. You cannot continue to let these people get away with it. Just like if they're doing it in person, they are going to continue doing it to you, whether they are right down the road from you, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, or whatever, or somebody on the internet that lives across the country or in a different country. It doesn't matter. It is still a crime and it's not okay. If you are going to be afraid to go anywhere or do anything, then that is abuse. Just because it doesn't hurt physically does not make it okay, and it does not mean that it is not abuse.
Right. I'd like to say Tragedy Pimp's been collecting some, great clip channel. Love you, Tragedy Pimp. Been collecting things on Doug for over a year and is thinking about racing something and asked if anybody has anything, please let them know. I wanted to make that announcement because Tragedy Pimp is excellent at what she does. And if you have receipts of certain things and you'd like it to get out and prove him what he's done wrong, please contact Tragedy Pimps.
I just dropped the channel. I just dropped her channel name. So as I had said earlier, and well, if you have a channel, I typed it in, and actually, if you're a creator in here and you are a mod, drop your channels. If you are not a mod, please say that you have a channel so that somebody in here can do it.
And Cash
for
Kern
you,
family
because
is also, I'm sorry, Cash Kern is also dropping links for the changes that are being made for this particular thing. This is a really good subject that Cash Kern should be up here talking about this internet stuff, because they're really doing, they're making change. They're not just talking about it like we are right now. They are actually doing something in the government, with the government, to make a change, which I so respect. You have no idea how much I respect people standing up for others like that. It's wonderful.
Right. I agree.
Yes, I
I
love
think
me
that
some
we
Chad.
all have to stand
So,
up for each other and ourselves. And if you can't do it alone because you're afraid, then you can contact me or my husband or Checking or Mama or anybody that's in this chat, because we all stand together and we are all here for the same reason. We need to bring all this nonsense and the abuse to light and share it and get it out there so people know they are not alone. They have a place that they can go to be safe and talk. And even if you don't want to come out and talk in chat or telling anything about your, your past, your stories, or what's happening currently in your lives, you don't have to. You can email me and I can read it anonymous for you, and your story is still being shared. There is power in numbers, just as Tragedy Pimp said. You have to stand up for yourself. We have to, because at the end of the day, if we don't fight for ourselves, who is going to fight for us?
Just think of the abuse physically people have taken for years and shoved under the rug, and still do every day. There are people being abused physically, women in relationships who are afraid to leave because of their abusers, and they have children, and on and on and on. So we have that in real life, and we're trying to make it okay for these people to feel okay. There's safe places for them. Well, we also need that on the internet, okay, because it gets just as bad as physical. Somebody's mental state, you never know where they are, and if they've already been damaged because of real life, and then they have this going on in a place where they think they can exchange and relax and do something enjoyable, and they have this happening, it's even taking a double tone, double on their head, double in their mind, and they become lost. And I just can't stand by it, let that happen.
I agree. I absolutely agree. That's why we are doing this, because you know what? I decided a year ago that I wanted to start doing this. And I didn't do it like I wanted to when I wanted to, because I came to realize that there were a lot of things I had yet to come to terms with. I have yet to accept. But I realize that I have to, because it's my past, right? And it doesn't affect me anymore. But it doesn't make it any easier to talk about. Therefore, I put it kind of off for about a year. And I decided it is time to start talking about it and start doing what we have to do, because it has to be done. There are so many people right now that we have no idea what they are going through. Absolutely no idea. And if I have to be the one to start by sharing my stories to get it out there and to have people learn different types of abuse so that they can realize, wow, there is a reason that my relationship feels this way, or that I'm always feeling this way, upset, hurt feelings, nervous, scared. You just have to learn. You have to know that there is help out there, and there are people that are willing to go above and beyond to help you. You just have to be brave enough to reach out and talk to us.
And most of the time, it's somebody who's already been through it, somebody who has already been through it maybe several times that you're talking to, so they can really relate. Because it's hard to say to somebody, oh, I know how you feel, and you've never been in that situation. I don't say that unless I've been in that situation, because then I can truly relate, so it's easier to talk to somebody who's had these situations than it is to talk to somebody who's maybe has the book knowledge, or a therapist, or somebody who's never been through that. They don't know they don't know every the stages of oh, this is just me. Maybe I need to change this, or how you go through these different things when you're being abused. Like, okay, well, if I just don't do that, then this won't happen. But then, of course, something else happens, and you have to not do that. Well, it's an ongoing thing, and if you've never been there, it's hard to relate to that, and it's also hard to tell somebody how to get through that. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Where'd Mama go now? She's got kids. I wanted to hear what she had to say. She's quiet, so I think she's got the kids.
There are plenty of situations. Okay, so just because you and I have gone through something, right? It does not mean when I say I understand that I completely understand, because everyone's situation is going to be different. I can say that I understand because I have experienced something very, very similar to what you are going through. But every individual case, every individual situation of abuse, no matter what type it is, it's always different. So I can only say I understand so much. And then from there, I have to just listen, because people, you know what, they don't have to want me to say anything. Sometimes they just want me to listen.
Yeah, they don't want the answer. They just want ears.
Yeah. That's all it is sometimes they just need you to listen. And I can do that. That is why I said I can and I will do everything as far as going on and saying, I'll read your stories anonymously, because some people really, really want their thing, their story, their things, their issues, their emotions, their everything. They want it heard. And they're not ready yet, or they might be afraid because, the person that's abusing them, they don't just go away, and they can find you. And so I think that affects people because they feel as though they have no way to say what they want to say. But I can say it for you. And that's the whole point of this, is we have to stand together and we have to do what's right for each other and help each other, or it's not going to stop. And that's why people have to understand, look, just because you're like, oh, so-and-so is just an asshole. Okay, they just won't leave me alone. That's not okay, especially if you tell them multiple times or ask them multiple times to stop. It's not okay. It is abuse. It is harassment. And they need to be stopped. They need to be exposed, especially if they want to prance around the internet telling everybody that they are advocates or here for something. I'm sorry. The last person that I want to ever help me, God forbid, I am in a tragic situation.
No.
A family member is missing or hurt. The last person I want to advocate for me is no thanks, who wants to
share. Sorry.
Pecker.
Or share. They're them type of creators. I'm sorry. It's not even personal. It's just I don't like what they do to cases. You should never be putting your opinion out as a fact. You should never be bashing a family or taking up for somebody who is known to be doing what you're trying to fight against. There is so many creators that are really kind, that Duchess, Arctic, you, man, that really you have a safe place to be. So I think that's really important, that that you're safe here. You're not, because you go to them other places like him and you're not safe. You're not safe there. You're not safe at chairs. You're not, you might as well just put yourself in the middle of a stadium naked and then have everybody stare at you. I mean, that's about how it feels. You know what I mean? It's just like so degrading to have that person. Okay, there, Mama, I'm going to shut up so you can talk.
It really is, because think about it. At the end of the day, what are they going to do to you? They are going to, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, you to death, right? And then they are going to be your best friend. And then they are going to stab you in the back, put all your dirt out there, put all of your suffering and emotions and everything you've gone through out there. Why? Because they want to make $1 off of you. They don't care about you. If they cared about you, they would not do what they do to everybody else. And people understand it. I don't care who likes these people, you know. If you like these people for a certain reason, that's fine with me. But I've always said this, and it stands true. It still stands true till today. Go there, have fun, hang out. Don't talk about me over there. Don't talk about Matt over there. Don't come here and talk about them over here. Because I promise you, I will get a screenshot. Screenshots are a real thing, people. They get sent everywhere to everyone. And if you think for 1 second, if they have 500 people watching, that every person is commenting in that chat, I'm sorry, it's not. And I don't think that's ever happened in the creation of YouTube. There are people that just listen. There are people that just watch because they want to watch. And there are people that watch because they want to see who says what. And you know what? You're going to turn around and get caught in the act of it. And then don't come back in my channel and my chat, because I will read and shoot my fucking screenshot that I got about you talking about me. And then I will tell you to go fuck yourself. I will also post it in my community. I am not afraid to put you on the spot. I don't care about awkward. I welcome awkwardness. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to them. Just be a normal person. Be okay. Just, you know what? Why do I talk crap? Just enjoy life every day for what it is. Enjoy what that person is saying. Enjoy what I'm saying. Enjoy what my husband's saying. Enjoy what Checkin is saying. Don't turn around and run your mouth or run your fingers, because somebody's going to send a picture. And then I'm going to run my mouth and tell you about it. So we have to figure out a way that we can get together and organize something. Now, I have information for the police department out in No Thanks' area. And I am getting everything together that I need. And I will be forwarding it over. And I will be making sure that they have everything that they possibly can. One thing that I always say is you need undeniable proof. I'm talking about something that you cannot literally look at and say, oh no, that wasn't me. Because that's what it is at the end of the day that we need. It can't be something that you can be like, oh, well, I mean, nah, it's somebody else acting like me. I need to know that it's 100% you. And move from there. Just like I did with that other twat waffle. Everything I had to make sure it was absolutely her. If somebody is threatening and scaring you on the internet, I need you to remember, you do not have to hide your identity because of them. You don't have to worry about where you go because of them. Don't change your name. Don't change anything. Just be you and move on. And if they come after you, just tell them no. Stop. If they're texting you or emailing you or harassing you, stop contacting me. I was recently just told all you have to do is say that 3 times. And once you say it 3 times in a row, that's it. Nothing else. Stop contacting me. And that's it. Next time they do it, stop contacting me. The 3rd time, now you have an actual case where you can sit there and say, look, I've told them over and over again and they will not stop. What can we do? And how can we move forward? Don't forget, there is always a cease and desist. If they will not leave you alone, just because they are states away, does not matter. The power of a court-ordered cease and desist will shut them the fuck down. You know what? I've never been a cop caller. Never. I don't want to be known as the YouTube cop caller. But how would I look sitting here, standing here, telling you this is my story for each story I tell you, and I'm here to help you, but I'm not going to protect and defend myself. But I'm telling you to do the things that you need to do to protect and defend yourself. I wouldn't look like a very credible person, would I? I'd look like just another chicken shit who runs their mouth.
Yeah, me, I just say what I have to say one time. I'm done. I move on. Like I said, poof, you're gone. Just like the words that just left my mouth. Don't have to deal with you. But if you're going to come at me and keep coming and doing more and more, that kind of thing, I would go to the law. Yes, I would, because it's there for a reason. And I do not know the mental state of somebody that does not know the word no.
Yeah. If they cannot listen to you over the internet, just think what they would possibly do to you in real life. If they cannot let you be in internet form, text form, what are they going to do in real life?
Exactly.
They're gonna do something that you probably don't want them to do. And you know what? That's really going to suck, because I would hate to find out that anybody had to go through that. It's not.
That's part of the problem, is that you don't know what somebody's inside brain is thinking. Therefore, that's what makes a lot of people scared, that they don't want to go into a chat room or whatever it is because of that. So, because their mental state is afraid, embarrassed, or whatever it might be. So they stop that. So then somebody to continue doing that is just adding to that, and it makes it 10 times worse for that person. I mean, you got to stop it somewhere. You just got to take back your power, or have somebody help you do it. Mama Bear, talk.
Damn. Mama, what do you have to say for yourself over there, Miss Quiet Lady? Mama.
Can you guys hear me on here?
Now I can. Now I can, yeah.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. I was just listening to you both, and yeah, I agree with you 100%. I also wanted to point out too, in regards of any kind of, like, if you reach out to any of the hotlines that we are talking about for anything at all, please also know that it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to force you to get out right away or anything like that. But there are a lot of people there that can give you advice on safe exit plans and things like that, and resources. So when you are ready to go forward with whatever it is, if it's internet stalking or if it's whatever it is, they can help you, just to help you understand where your rights are.
That's
yes,
actually something that is planned to talk about. How to safely plan and put together a way out.
Escape plan. Yep. There's steps to it.
I call it an oh shit bag.
Yes.
You have to have ways to have certain things put in place that you can get up and go at any given time. It's not easy. It's not easy. And it's going to take a lot of planning and a lot of time, but you have ways, and we will be teaching you these ways.
And what's a few months down the road to save yourself completely? Because if you've lived with it for a long time, the extra months to save and protect yourself, the things you have to do, the steps to leave, are 10 times worth every single minute of that staying there to be safe. Really is.
That's true. So Check says that she's just going to say one thing and then be gone, done, over with, and never respond ever again. So what would your advice be, Mama, as far as internet issues are concerned? Because as I said, they happen. It's happening to me. This is literally the second idiot. Well, this is the first idiot, but he came back for round two. Literally says he's going to send me a dick pic. Please don't. I've seen it already. It's not pretty.
Let me add that I also allow my history to speak for me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one thing, that everybody has a history and it speaks to all of us. So listen for it. It helps. So I also allow that to speak for me after I've spoke whatever I had to against whatever it was. And if you all know me or follow me, you see I don't have these issues because I don't involve myself in the get back and forth circle. Okay, I don't add to a troll. I was told a long time ago, don't feed, they starve, they go away. For my case, it has.
Right.
Right. And if
Sometimes they
you
don't go. Sometimes they won't. They are very relentless. I've
exactly
literally not contacted this idiot or the other idiot, and they continued to go and go and go. This idiot I have not contacted, responded to at all since, I don't know, but the last, not the most recent ones, but the last time he texted me, his screenshots are all up in my community post, and we shared them over live. I think Matt did as well. So then he just pops up again because he's butthurt about something, and it's always something that has to do with Matt. He gets mad at Matt and comes in, says, "Oh, I'm going to send your wife a picture of my dick." Please don't. First of all. Second of all, like that, just the size of it has to
That's
be.
a crime, by the way.
The size of it has to be illegal, let alone the threat of actually doing it. And if you actually do it and it's unasked for,
yep, it's a crime.
It's a crime.
Yes, it is. It's an obscenity crime.
Mm-hmm.
If you look it up, it's an obscenity crime, and it's also an assault crime. Because
assault
is, if you look up the definition of assault, there's many ways of assault, talking, physical, and mental. Okay, so it is a part of it. And Mama Bear, every time she's going to say something, we interrupt her. So I'm taking a lock on my lips.
No, you're totally fine. No, I love this is a good exchange too, because we are three smart women, and unfortunately we've all had crimes committed against us, and a lot of us don't even realize at the time it's a crime, just like what you told what we were talking about those random dick pics. Every woman has had that. How many times have we been violated? And yes, we make a joke out of it. Sure. We make a joke out of it, but how violating do us women feel when we get that just randomly? It's disgusting, and it should not be tolerated.
My daughter won't dress like a girl because she don't like being whistled or looked at or talked to. So at a very young age, she said, "I'm not dressing like a girl. I can't, they don't have clothes that I will not get attention for." And so she dresses like a dude. Okay. But still, she says straight out, "I don't want that type of attention." So that's her mental part.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
There's nothing wrong with that, but also that pisses me the fuck off. Because you know what? Us women should not have to cover us because men cannot control themselves. No, I'm sorry. It's wrong. And it should not be tolerated.
Right.
We should not be looked at that way. And that is disgusting.
That's exactly what I was trying to say is she feels that way. So she dresses, she makes herself dress a different way. And like you said, that shouldn't have to be.
No, it shouldn't. And I personally had that experience where I would be going someplace. I'm like, oh, I better tone it down. I better make sure, you know what I mean? Not that I am a person that goes around. I've never been someone that's real. I don't dress real provocatively, but I've even had that experience where I'm like, oh, if I wear this dress, I don't want to be looked at that way. And that is not right. That is not right. Us women should be able to wear whatever the fuck we want and not be worried about being violated for it. Fuck that shit.
Yep. I was at 21 years old. I was wearing a summer dress and some guy grabbed my ass. Well, I took him down.
Myself.
I took him down, took 3 cops to get me off of him. I don't even remember because that's how I get, at least at that young age. I was one to defend myself. But I used to dress any way I wanted to. It didn't give them a right. Okay, that's like saying that girl that got raped deserved it because she was wearing a bikini top or she was wearing shorts.
Or in my case, being told by the police that, oh, well, you went to that party, you must have been drunk and gotten, now you regret having a one-night stand. No, that's not how it is.
Exactly. Men I understand there's male rape.
There
too.
are women
I'm
too.
not saying that, but the majority of the men can go to the bar and would never be told what you were told.
Right.
So I never go out. I only go places with my husband. So I dress
Plan for that reason too.
I dress for him, I guess, or I just dress for myself. But either way, I don't go anywhere without him. However, speaking of this one situation, many years ago, I can say many, because it was within the last 7 years. We went to a friend of ours' place that he worked. And I was outside smoking a cigarette, and he popped out the side door, and he was smoking a cigarette. Yep, he knows about it. There it is right there, the mom balls. And we're chatting, and I find out, of course, that it is his birthday. So what do? Oh, happy birthday, with the one arm hug, like whatever, okay. And, you have any special plans? No, I'm just working. Okay, cool. All right, see you later. Turned around and you fucking smacked my ass and then like grabbed it. And I walked back in to the restaurant we were staying at the bar. And my husband then says, oh, so I was just talking to so-and-so, and we agreed that when we buy the motorcycle, we were going to keep it in his garage. And I looked at him and I said, nope. I will never, ever go to that house alone to pick that motorcycle up. I will never, ever even ride it. Fuck the motorcycle.
Right.
Couldn't actually tell him at the time what happened because, let's just leave it at, because it would have been, but on the way home, I did tell him what happened. And
I've had to deal with situations similar to that with my husband as well, where I can't tell him right away because I don't want him to go to prison.
Well,
but they're even braving their husband, and that's ridiculous.
This person was a friend of my husband since they were in like middle school, maybe younger. And I had the luxury of meeting him. Such pleasure. It was amazing, let me tell you. Through my husband. And so I was stuck in okay, it's his birthday. And so do I want him to go to the hospital on his birthday? Yes, but no. 2, it's a very, very good close friend of his. Do I really want to upset Matt and tell him that his friend's a scumbag? And it was just a bunch of things. But when it comes down to we're going to pick up the motorcycle from this guy's house. Well, nope. So he already knew something was up, but he didn't know what it was. And I didn't tell him until we left to go home because, the guy would have spent his entire night in the hospital.
With the split face, his skull would have been split. His skull would have been split just like the guy that grabbed my ass.
Like Noelle and I actually checking. I don't know if she ever said this to you, but it's really funny because Matt and my husband have a lot of similarities. They have a lot in common, and their tempers seem to be very much like that. They're very protective.
Oh yeah. Mine was
very protective of me, and he does not like that. But it's so gross to me that these men, or I don't even want to call them men, these assholes,
abusers.
Yes, these abusers are even brave enough to do it if there's your husband right there. What the hell?
It's a thrill, a mind fuck is what they're doing. That's all they start doing. It's part of a grooming. And a get off switch for them. They get off on it.
Right.
That's why I don't feed, because I think they get off on it. So I just won't add to it.
Right.
Right. Well, my situation with the friend, I had to tell him, because by not telling him, I would have been, violating my husband's trust in me. And we were not married at the time, but we knew we were going to get married. We knew, we always knew before we lived in the same state. We knew. So, I had to tell him. And the only thing that upset me about it, that really made me not want to say anything, is because it's the girlfriend or the best friend, and it's not that he has to choose between one or the other, but it's the girlfriend telling him that the best friend did this. That is, that's really, that's just not okay. And he had to literally make it a point to not say anything, because I don't know, Matt, would it take you about a week before you actually were mad enough, or not mad enough, but before you just figured enough is enough and I'm going to say something? I'm not really sure. I just know that he's like, okay, so I told so-and-so what you told me. And I'm like, huh? He's like, about, what happened at the restaurant. And I was just like, okay. But my big problem is that I didn't want my husband to find out that his friend disrespected him like that. And that was
a really awful spot. It puts everybody in a very awful spot. Exactly.
We did get it done. He's talking about married. We reconnected. Everybody knows, back years and years ago. And I still lived across the country. And he used to tell everybody that if we were on the phone and they'd come over to his house, they'd be like, oh, say hi. We're going to get married. My future wife.
I think they always know when they meet us. Honestly, they know from the beginning. Even if they won't face it early, they'll admit it later. They'll be like, yeah, I knew about you. I knew I was going to marry you from the beginning.
I had him at hello. I am kind of charming,
You are.
Noelle,
will you marry me, Noelle? Hey, Matt, I'm stealing your wife away from you.
He says, Noelle was my first girlfriend ever, LOL, and dumped me. And then 23 years later, I married her.
That's so cute. Yeah. Of course, Noelle was the one doing the dumping, and Matt had a broken heart for 23 years. You see what you did to him, Noelle? My gosh, that's his issues.
The guilt trip every day. No, but he did make a very proud announcement about that at our wedding. Yeah, he told everybody the story at our wedding about how I broke his heart as a 2-year-old child.
It's a cool story. I've heard it. It is a cool story.
I don't know. I really don't know. Some may say that I'm lucky. Some may say that he's lucky, and then others might disagree. But at the end of the day, I've always told him, when you meet yourself in the opposite gender or same gender or whatever your preference is, that's not my business. But when you meet yourself and somebody else, that's how you know you kind of met your soulmate. But yeah, I am a hard person to fucking date and be married to, because he's exactly like me. And I feel bad for him. Because I know how difficult I am, and I know how difficult he is.
It's funny for me because I'm older, but I see you and Matt as me and mine. Sometimes, it's like the same kind of, well, we've talked, so 1%, you know what I mean? And it's just that we got old school rules, and there's not a lot of that, in this world. So I relate, but it's like I'm watching my 2 kids because you might be a little older than my children, but not by far. Let's get real. So it's cool to me. I like watching it. So anyway,
we do get along rather well. So I can't.
Do you see what Do you see what Shashanka said? My wife shot me down when I asked her out. We finally got together when I choked her boyfriend unconscious for choking her in the bar. Been together 27 years. Look at you. You're amazing.
I love Tashanka.
I love you.
I've known him through Instagram for quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh, LOL, the wedding speech. I get nervous for those. Definitely don't think I can do a speech at a funeral, though. No. Funerals.
Which, by the way, I don't think his channel's been shared. Hold on a second.
I think a lot of couples are fire and ice duchess. I mean, you know what I mean? Yin and yang, which makes it a complete thing. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to be with somebody that's a complete carbon copy of myself. You know?
Right.
Well, that's kind of what I have. I definitely have myself and him, and he has himself in me. So it's kind of like really good because we do have everything in common. So we do like and love the same things. It's not hard for us to decide on anything. But at the same time, I think now he has an understanding of what it's like to date himself, just like I have an understanding what it's like to date myself. So, I mean, it can be good and it can be bad and it can be wanting to slam a frying pan over his head sometimes, but we love each other. And I think that's a normal thing for most relationships or most marriages. I think that's normal for most relationships. Sometimes you want to hit them, sometimes you want to kiss them. That's like, I don't have to like you, but I have to love you.
Right. Sometimes that is the case too. And I think that's also another thing kind of with relationships and things like that. I think we also have to learn, like, it's all about communication. You have to talk to each other, even those you have to, most importantly, have those hard conversations. Because without that, if you don't have those hard conversations and you don't argue and you don't fight once in a while, honestly, that relationship is not going to last because there are things underlying that you're not telling each other and you're not saying. And eventually,
I read this the first time, but every time I read Arctic's comment, it makes me laugh even more.
Well, let's just let Matt know that the first year is paper. The second year, I'm not sure if it's dirt, wood, or flowers, but you might be still in that category.
Oh, Arctic, you're so cute. I love you too.
Well, that's
11 years. I'm close to you. I've got 9.
You don't get the gems until you put in the real work. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
5 and 50 years.
It's it was really. It makes me laugh because Arctic and with his crackhead comment, our first night hanging out. And I've told this before, but I used to wear a skull ring on a necklace, and we went out to a bar in a town we used to live in with a friend of ours, and she was my best friend, and her brother was his best friend, and that's how we met. And we're out in the parking lot fixing to leave. And Matt takes this skull ring off his gigantic, freaking giant fingers, like Andre the Giant hands, I swear to God. Mm-hmm. And he drops down on one knee, drunker than all get out. And he proposes to me. The problem with this is that we're all drunk, but I'm the only one with fucking sense at this point, right? And I'm looking at him. And we're surrounded by all the people from in the bar. We're all leaving, right? It was last call, so we're all leaving at the same time. And I'm looking at him, and he's like, this ring. And my best friend, she's cheering us on. Yeah, go Matt, go Matt. And he's looking at me all hopeful, and everybody around us is cheering us on.
Aww.
And so of course I had to say yes. I had to say yes because how could I embarrass him like that, right? That would just not be okay. So he stands up, everyone starts cheering. Yes, he picks me up, spins me in a circle. He's all excited, right? Well, Imagine the look on his face in the morning when I give him his ring back. And he's like, why do you have that? I'm like, oh, we're engaged now. Don't you remember? He's like, what? I'm like, ah. And I told him the story, and he just turned this most beautiful shade of red I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, you guys are cute.
At least he didn't wake up trying to bite his arm off.
Right.
No, he just laughed about it, and I handed him back his ring, of course. So that was the beginning of the awkwardness, because he had, woken up to being engaged, right, and didn't remember it. And then I go
the day he lost his balls.
I go to drop him off at his house.
They fall off real easy, didn't they, white boy?
Hey, Doodles. Hey, Whispers, you wanted to come out? So as I'm bringing him home, we get to his mom's driveway.
Everybody's favorite rescue dog is here.
We get to his mom's driveway. He was visiting her. He lived in a different town far away. So he was visiting mom, and he spent the night with me, and I brought him home.
Which was very happy, everybody, just to report on that.
And as I'm like, all right, I gave him a hug. I'll see you when I see you, right? He's like, you know what? Come on. I'm like, huh? Come meet the family.
Well, okay, we're doing this.
What? Come meet the family? Like,
I need a
have
month
you
of.
ever had a one night stand and had to go meet their entire family in the
I've
morning?
never had that happen.
Because that was a first for me. So I walk in and I meet mom and grandma and the stepdad, and everybody's hugs and they're so excited to see me. Meanwhile, I'm in pajamas with that fresh, just got fucked hair.
Yes.
I love that style.
It's an excellent style, isn't it, Checking?
Yes, it is. I just got the best lay of my lifestyle.
Right.
Nah, it was definitely not the best lay ever. I think we were both.
I don't sport that these days.
We were very, very much uncomfortable, I think, and just weird at that moment. It was not what it was nothing to brag about at all. So I went later on that night. We made plans to get back together again. So I went over there later on and we went out. But I actually made it a point to have my hair done and makeup, and I actually looked nice because, first impressions are a big thing, especially in Italian families. And his mom met me. And so I had to make up for it when I went back that evening. And, I made sure I looked better. So it worked out.
And those mamas will call it out. Those Italian mamas will call it out. You better be looking right.
Right. When I first met my exes, we weren't married, but we were together for 17 years. But when I first met his family, his mother said, well, I don't care if you're with him or not. You're my daughter, because if he don't see it, we all see it.
Oh, right.
It was great. I mean, I'm very close to the family. I'm still very close to all of them, but yeah, we're just not together, so it's better that way. But
sometimes it is better that way.
Well, yeah, he was abusive, and I had to wait till he went to prison so I could get away from him. But that's the way it went. But I'm still real close with the family, and he completely treats me differently now because we are not together, So we're better friends, But yeah, yeah, I haven't had that style in many years, girl. That just got laid look. Nope, many years. But I choose to be. Well, maybe it's not by choice, but I like to think it's by choice, and I'm not in a relationship because I'm a much more successful person without a relationship. Although, well, we just don't need to worry about my loneliness.
Hey, let's be real. Men are a pain in the ass. Sorry, all the men out there.
So, speaking of men, I know for a fact that people, especially when they're newbies, they don't know that I'm there, love to hit on Matt in his chat. And I also know that he doesn't pay attention to chat as well as he should. I'm not the only one in this room right now that knows that. How many of y'all know that?
Oh man, his chat is so he is always so far behind. He's reading way up here and he's talked about so many different things. Matt, here's a suggestion. Start at the bottom and work to the top. You'll be right on time. Okay. That is the best advice, buddy.
I'm still behind.
But you're a little bit closer though than when you started. But we have a ball in there. We sell him, we auction him off.
It took me about, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks to get y'all to like loosen up because his chat was never like mine is. So I'm like, he'll be talking about something serious and I'll just auction him off. I'm like, sold to the highest bidder. Starting bid is like whatever. And sometimes people actually.
I'm confused. I never know what the fuck's going on with the chat. Sometimes.
Yeah, you got sold for $1 one day, boy. How's that feel?
Sometimes people actually do buy. They try to outbid each other and buy him, which is funny. And then the next chat, the next live, they'll be like, "When is Matt, going to arrive?" Like, he won't cooperate. I keep trying to put him in the box, but he won't get in the box. It took a while of just joking with everybody and getting them to just loosen up. And now we have a great time in there, just like we do here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's always fun, but it's a lot more fun on my end when all of a sudden he like reads and like sees what's actually going on and he's trying to be serious and he's just like, wait, what? China still?
Like, wait, what?
He's like, the one night he's like, Noelle, can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? He said, can you stop selling me?
I think that was honestly, I remember that too. I think that was like the first time, like one of the first, either the first or the second live that I was in when I first discovered Matt's channel, because I happened across his channel before, like I didn't even know about you. And then like I happened on his channel, I'm in this live and here's his damaged goods with no regrets. She's like, first bid for Matt. I was joking with, I don't know if you remember this, Noelle, but I joked back with you. I was like, can you add my husband into the bid?
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is the new bid. It's like buy one, get one half off or something.
We weren't selling Matt anymore. We were auctioning him off to the highest bidder.
We always try to make it fun.
Get the 2-for-1 price going on, Mama.
Just you have to. I think you have to break the ice and make everybody understand that you can loosen up. Because some chats you can't do that. You have to be serious and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not allowed to joke and talk amongst each other. And that's, I think that's how, I can't say a lot of people, but I think that is how a decent amount of people try to keep their chat. This is what it is, and this is how it's going to be, and we're not going to stray off course. And you guys have to understand that by being able to be yourselves and joke and just be comfortable, that you're not only in a place where you're respected and you're allowed to have fun, but you're safe. Avoid all that aggravation and drama you get elsewhere. And just come and hang out, and it's just going to be a good time, and you don't know what's going to be said. Something's going to be said, and you're going to be able to laugh.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't even buy me dinner first. Burger King. How about the dollar menu?
Hi, Pete. How are you?
Don't worry.
Yeah, at least at Burger King, you get it your way, Matt.
Right? I mean, hey,
I remember
checking just upgraded you.
I remember Burger King. It was, I was just like, what the hell? Okay, so I was like, instead of buying him, since he never cooperates and gets in the box. It's, what was it, like $1 or something per clothing item. And how are you, Pete? It's been a long time since we've talked. And all of a sudden, there's like somebody sent, I didn't expect it. We were just joking around. Like, I think it was like a $5 super chat or something. And they actually chose which article of clothing they wanted him to take off. So Matt
He
reads
did it.
he's like, wait,
Oh
what?
my God.
And I was just like, huh? You know, innocent over here. What, babe? What, huh? He's like, $5 to take his shirt off. And I'm just like, okay, so I didn't sell you this time. We're doing, like, you know, we're paying to take your clothes off. And he was just like,
a shirtless live. There we go.
Yes.
yeah. I just remember
that was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time.
he was just like, $5 for the shirt. Okay. And he took the shirt off. And then someone else was like, they said something else and they're like, for the pants. And he was just like, no, I'm not taking off my pants.
Well, we
No,
did
I'm not.
witness him take
He
a
said,
shit.
you got to buy me dinner first.
Oh, I remember that. The bathroom live. Oh, gosh. I got a lot of memories.
Oh, my
of
goodness.
that.
See, there's another good point when other creators purposely ignore you
Yes.
because you are in somebody else's chat.
That happens.
I
But
don't think that you should be punished.
No.
And maybe that's not considered abuse, but I think being shunned for any reason is unacceptable also.
Well, the problem is too, the creator, a lot, I've seen it happen where the creator will, even if they don't straight out call out that person, they'll hint around it and clue the chat in. And then what happens is a mob mentality, just like in every other, with the Wells and things like that. Like, it's like the mob mentality, and then the whole chat will attack that person. But a lot of people are like me and like checking here, that just because I'm in a chat doesn't necessarily mean I support that creator. I am just the type of person that I listen to everything and I get all sides because I like to research and learn everything I can.
Yep.
And it helps coming straight from that person. Even if I don't like them or support them, I'll listen to it.
Right. And well, if I support them, I'm generally active in their chat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm not and I'm just listening, a lot of times I won't even chat. But when I was supporting somebody and they did what he did, I was like, oh, really? Because I have a different opinion. You're trying to shame me with your 468 people watching. Okay, well, I directly went to my videos and started making a bash video on this asshole. And by the time I was done, I was like over it. I was like, he's such an asshole, it isn't even worth it. So,
right.
You know, watching my process of going through that helped my anger. So maybe sometimes it isn't even that bad. You can just work through it and just get by with it. But the things that that person has done to some of his mods is unforgivable. And we do not need a creator who's with the loose words of saying supporting children or murdered or missing children, has no business being here. None. Because if you can do that to a mother or a woman who brings children into this world, well, that says a lot for you right there, buddy, who you are.
Yes.
So,
or here's
another... Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, here's another thing too. Like, I've been very outspoken on, especially with the Wells, like, stop beating up on them, leave them alone, innocent until proven guilty, and there are no charges, and there have never been any charges as far as Summer's disappearance. And I've literally been places where I've said those things, and they're like, oh, here's a Wells supporter, and I literally say, I am a supporter of, I'm here for Summer, and I support innocent until proven guilty. And in my opinion, the Wells we don't see anything that they are not convicted. Why are we convicting them? And then I get called out and they're like, oh, you're a mama bear and support the Wells? How can you do that? You must be an awful mother. And the guilt that comes with that, and that's awful.
It is. And you want to know something? It doesn't mean I support what they are doing. Right. Okay. You know what I mean? I support the fact that we have the right to that innocent until proven guilty. And nobody should take that right away. Would you like it done to you? How would you like to have the accusatory fingers pointed at you? See, I don't think people think of that at all. I honestly think on how somebody else will think or how it will affect somebody else before I say it. At least I try to. Okay. And
well,
our
I
right
mean, I've said
is
that
in-
quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
I've been saying that. How are you gonna? How would you feel? You don't have any clue how you would feel. But how are you gonna feel when the day comes if you find out that they are innocent? Are you going to apologize for torturing these people that are going through the unthinkable and something that is not okay and something that no parent ever wants to ever deal with? And here you are adding so much more on top of it. I don't care. You don't have to like them, but you don't have to torture them either. You don't have to drag them every day for as long as this case has been going on or as long as it will go on. They don't deserve that. No one said that you have to like them. No one. But it's not okay to attack them at all. It's not. And nobody should feel like they have nowhere to go and no place to go. And there's no friends or no help or nothing. I mean, when you can't get a job in your own town because of idiots that are doing disgusting things outside your home and get you fired, and because you're sitting there and having to go through all of this nonsense while your child is missing and your other children are not with you. It's not okay. You have taken away their only source of income. You have made it impossible for them to live. You have made it impossible for them to grieve, even though there is no proof that Sarah passed. They don't know where she is, though.
Exactly.
Not making it easier as a parent, and if you're actually sitting there making them go through this every day and every night, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I pray that nothing like this ever happens to anybody else, ever. And it's going to, and that's the sad part. There's nothing to prevent it from happening. But you know what? The people that are torturing any victim or any victim's family, if it ever happens to these people and they suffer the same consequences of not knowing where their child is, and then they get viciously attacked, I'm still not going to attack them. I might laugh. Not publicly, but I might laugh like, oh, you get what you give. But you still don't deserve it.
Well,
no one deserves it.
Let's be real here. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in here that have followed the Idaho 4 case, and that's a prime example of the public opinion convicting someone off of just things that they think they see from small snippets of these people's lives. One of the boyfriends of one of the girls, right away people started zoning in on him, and he was number one prime suspect. Then they found the footage where there was another guy that was just there lurking in the back, and they found him, and he was prime suspect. And then it comes out that it's not even anybody that was on anyone's radar. And that's the point, that you just never know. What the hell? It makes me so mad.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember how a certain person literally said, I found him. I know who the murderer is. And she put his information out, and then it turned out it wasn't him. And she profiled him on his look. Yeah, he looks just like he's guilty. He's absolutely guilty. He fits the part. The piercings, the hair, this hairstyle, the hair color. And then to find out that not only was he not in the area, but he actually was in jail at the time. So there's no way in hell he could have even committed the murder had he wanted to. So you know what I did?
Yep.
I sent him a message because I told Matt from the moment I saw somebody had texted me the link and I saw the kid's Facebook profile. And then I heard that person saying over and over again how it's him, whatever. And I'm thinking, no, that's not him. He didn't do it. I told Matt that. And he was like, well, how do you know? So I just know. I know that it's not. Oh, my God. Here we go. Here's a screen name for you.
Just for Doug's broomstick. I agree.
I sent him a Facebook message while he was still incarcerated. And when he was released, he had actually messaged me back. Mm-hmm. And not only was I correct that I did not think that it was him, but I was pleasantly surprised because he is a genuinely caring, kind person with no hate or ill will towards those people. He didn't care. He let people think what they want. I said, I feel so bad. You people are probably attacking you left and right. If you want a platform to come on and talk to everybody about how you feel and what this has done to you, I'm welcoming you to use mine. And I explained that I do not get along with those people and that they've caused me issues as well. And I would be more than willing to allow him to speak about what it's done to him, how many people have attacked him over it, verbally, of course, and, just how he felt as a person of innocence that was, being accused of something. And he said, no, I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I don't want to say anything bad or mean about anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, I'm impressed. And we talked maybe 5-6 more messages back and forth. And I wished him well. And I actually said, you know what? You're gonna do big things one day. I said, I'm gonna pray for you. I said, I have faith in you. Don't let me down. And he laughed and he was like, I promise I'm trying and I'm gonna try not to let you down.
Yep.
That was it. But he's a really good kid. He really is. I never will change my opinion. He just because he was in jail for something that he did that was stupid and whatever. He definitely did not. Oh my God. He did not fit any profile because anybody could be a murderer. I don't think that there's a look that people go by. But no, he
queeferholic. I'm a queeferholic.
You just don't see someone's guilty when you don't. And that's
some of these names. Come on, Justice for Doug's broomstick.
I love these names. They're cracking me
up. His girlfriend a name. The broomstick's name is How Far or To the Bristles.
Right.
Now is with that kid, the story I just told you. By making him guilty of something he wasn't, that's kind of also an issue because what if he had gotten hurt and it stemmed by false accusations?
Yep.
And because of that, he ended up getting hurt. Right. It happens.
That's what I was speaking about. You don't know.
Exactly.
Right. You don't know what people are going to take.
Or it was attacked and stalked by a crazy person on the internet. That kid could have been attacked or stalked or anything because
you say somebody's a pedo, and listen, there's a lot of people that don't like child predators. Yeah. So you have no idea who's in your state, and they give that information saying that you are unknown, and they preach on this and people believe it. You don't know if somebody's going to come to your house and do that on false accusations. I can't stand misinformation. I stand up for the wrongfully convicted, and there's people in prison because of somebody saying something, okay, and people picking up on it and building it. There are known cases of just hearsay putting people in prison for that, okay? They're wrongfully convicted. So to do that if you're supposed to be a true crime creator, well, then you should start with truth. Your opinion is fine, but your opinion as a fact is misinformation, which starts a roller coaster of telephone, which is the game you play with one sentence and end up with a paragraph at the end. It's all wrong. It's all twisted. I actually just had a conversation in a debate in comments over the wells and how they're not clear yet and this and that. I said, okay, so what's your point here? So that makes them automatically guilty? I know where you stand. You believe in none of our constitutional rights. You're taking that away from them, and with your thoughts of how they supposedly did harm to their daughter or sold their daughter, like Josh is big push on, sold or was it Doug's live Don was on, and he said, I'd have sold my skull for drugs. Well, don't you think he was talking about when he was an active drug addict, not when his daughter was home and he wanted to sell her for drugs? That's how people took that. So now they're running with that. He said he would sell his soul for drugs. So that means that he now sold his daughter. These are things that was said in one chat and now are going throughout the internet. And it's just, it's horrible.
It is. It's disgusting. And I'm so tired of seeing it. It's ridiculous. And, unfortunately, it's bad in the Wells case, obviously, but it happens in a lot of different cases too. It happens in almost every case, in fact.
Just because they don't have anyone cleared from the case yet means zip. Because
it's an active case. It's an active case. Nobody will be cleared.
Exactly. Okay? But if they had any suspicion or reasonable doubt, do we really think 2 years later they would still be walking around free?
Listen, like somebody said one time, and it was a long time ago, but I still live by it. They were drunker than skunks, okay? If you cannot get a drunk to slip up and say something, maybe they didn't do anything, because a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts, okay? Yep. And if you're going to be all drugged up and some of the shit that's flew out of your mouth, you wish you wouldn't have said, because I know that's how Don and Candace feel. They wish they wouldn't have done that stuff, and they're trying to improve. And that's another thing. You're not giving them credit for improving. Listen, they owe you nothing. Got it? They owe you shit, zero, nothing. So fuck off and die, okay? That's what I think. You assholes out there are really sick. Okay, you're sick to condemn somebody for their actions or way of life. Listen, asshole, are you perfect and you live in a gold house and you have everything so good and people are just swarming over you? You've never had a fall down. You've never been drunk in a bar and said something. You never took drugs. You never slapped somebody. You never cheated on a test. Get real, okay? All these are things that might be small, but are large when it's happening to somebody. So for them to quit drinking and see their flaws, yes, bravo. I believe in change as a drug addict. Okay, I'm still a drug addict. I'll always be a drug addict. Okay, but I'm not a user. Okay, but that means that I accept change. If I expect somebody to accept what I have done in my past and changed and notice me for my change, you cannot expect that from you, people to do that to you, and then you not give them the same right. Okay,
exactly.
Doug is one to say, oh, that's the old Doug, that's the old Doug. Sorry, Doug, I just see the progressively same Doug. Okay, the old Doug would have changed what he's doing. To sit and make jokes on a true crime channel with your sick ass sexist jokes, humanly degrading jokes on a child's case, you are a sick individual, okay? And why people suck up to that, I have no idea. All you do is replay your own shit, which was stupid then, and then you try to make it better by, oh, well, maybe this joke will work this time, and then you do another stupid joke. Listen, asshole, give it up. You're a failed comedian. You're definitely a failed human being with all your behaviors, okay? And what you started in your one chat has now went through the internet, and now the Wells are being accused of selling their daughter for drugs. So
Right.
you son of a bitch. Oops, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. 100%. I could not have said it better, Checking. Get it. Yes. Don't be sorry. It's true.
I'm sorry, Noel. I just
what?
get so pissed.
Don't be sorry.
Sometimes it just builds, and I just gotta let it go.
See, that's where you get me mixed up with others. No one ever has to apologize for expressing their opinions, feelings, and thoughts on my panel or in my chats.
And that's why I love you. That's why I love you, because we really literally can say what we want, and there's not many other places other, and that is the same way. Like they both you two have that down right, and that is something that is not found most places. There's very few places you can fully express yourself like this, and it's so refreshing.
Well, for a lot of people, YouTube is an act.
I'm listening, but I don't have my hands. I'll be here and there. Love y'all. Look out.
Real. But I just, I feel that this is just real, and I'm probably saying what some people think. You know what I mean? I mean, not everybody's going to agree with my bluntness, and my delivery is harsh, but at least I'm real. I am real everywhere I go. So these people who play a character, they shouldn't be involved in a true crime case if they're a character. Okay,
absolutely.
Go to that side where you can be fake. You should be more than real, because you should start with truth. If you're trying to find truth and justice, you don't do it with your opinion. You don't do it with theories, because that is not how the law works. You have to look at the legal aspect of every case. And when you're putting out misinformation, or you're making, somebody that's on your panel who is saying something, you're making that twist of their words become something other than what it was. That is doing what is called injustice. Okay, because you are totally going to try to find truth and justice with a lie and misinformation. It won't work.
Yep.
It's true.
All it does is exactly. It spreads that misinformation. It causes that mob mentality, and all of a sudden they've sold their daughter for drugs, and that is fact. No, it's not.
Everybody should listen to this. Poisoning of your jury pool. Do you understand what that means? That means that people in the world watch the news, YouTube, and all this other thing, and they believe this stuff. And I don't care if you're on a jury or not. If you're in see a high profile case, it'll be very rare. You're going to find somebody that does not know anything about it. Okay. Right. So there will be a formed opinion. And that's called confirmational bias. Okay. They have something in their mind that makes them believe this. So it's not a good jury poll. Okay. So when you're doing all of this, you're harming the future justice for that child or murder victim. Do you not understand that, people? You have no place claiming the things you claim. You are not that person. Get your bitch ass out of here.
Right. Exactly, Chucky. I could not agree more. It's true too, and that's another reason that it makes me so mad that you're fucking shit up for summer, man.
Every case you talk about and treat the way you do on your panels, those ones that know, because look at true real life crime does not need no more drama, for fuck's sakes. Don't you think
that's what people get mixed up with, is like, this is not a fucking reality show. This is people's real life. This is a real
not going to solve the case, because the law knows more than you, and they don't have to tell you shit. Exactly. Okay? They don't owe you shit. Neither do the Wells. So you should be appreciative for them to come on your panel, and you should treat them with respect. And the pain that they feel, you don't know. So if you think you're adding to help them, you're not.
Yep.
It's abuse, that email, remember?
Cheeky.
Would you want to read that?
What? Which one?
Remember that horrendous email that I got with that kid that Jomo?
You can read it. I can't. I didn't even want to hear it.
I have to edit some because I don't even know how it's very on the lines.
Love you, Mr. Cheeks.
I mean,
Cheeks, everybody. His wifey's due soon.
Tell.
Oh, congratulations, Cheek. Boy or girl?
So send it. Well, I'm gonna get down the form.
All I know is that when you're dealing, you say you're true crime. That's why I claim to be real crime, because it is a real crime, real pain, real victims, real everything. I'm not an advocate. I've never been trained for that. I don't know what that is. I am a person who believes in supporting good and finding justice. I also believe that families of missing and murdered people need support. So I want to be able to give them prevention, awareness, resources, and I want them to feel comfortable enough to share what they don't have to me or anybody else on my channel. I appreciate that. Okay. They should be treated with respect. Okay. Because I'd be damned if something should happen to one of these people that talk the way they do about stuff. Let's see how you feel when they start turning your little, picture yourself as Summer's parents. Your beautiful little girl is missing. Boom, poof, gone. Don't know a thing, right? And everybody is telling you all these awful things about you, and you already know that you might not be the best parent, or you might have a drinking problem or whatever. You're dysfunctional. A lot of people are. It doesn't make them murderers or anything, right? And then you have to have that pain on top of the pain you already have. I can tell you right now, my brother was missing for 12 years. I know what that pain is. I know what that wondering is. The only thing is my brother came back. A lot of these cases, they don't get that, okay? So you should think twice. If you had to walk one toe in one of their shoes for a day, you probably would wilt or fall and die. You wouldn't have enough strength to carry on, okay? So if you want to do good, then start with how you treat the cases you talk about. I hear all this blah, 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 blah. I'm an advocate. I want the truth, blah, 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 blah. You're full of shit. You do not. Because if you did, you'd do it right. The faces, the facts, and the help. That's what matters. Now, you want to talk opinion? Then you should say that on your title. Tonight, we're throwing theories. Tonight, it's all opinions. Okay?
Yes.
That's what you should do. That's the proper thing to do.
Speculation. This is all speculation, and I hate it when channels do not specify and they make it a fact.
Yep.
I can't respect that.
Nope, me neither.
Every time I say something and it is not a proven fact, I make it a point to say this is just my thought. My opinion is not a fact.
Yep.
Cheeks, do you want to hit that link?
I'm actually going to jump down because I got to get dinner started and, mom duty. But I will be in chat. I will be in chat.
Oh, love you, honey. Take care.
I love you, Checking. I love you, Noelle. And yeah, Wednesday, we'll get this done Wednesday too.
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys. I'll be in chat.
Go make memories with your kids.
I love you guys. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, boy, I feel like I lost about 20 pounds. Thanks, Noelle. I just got all that off my chest.
I know you're
big tits, but I still got a lot off my chest.
You have to. You have to run your mouth. Dude, how many times have I ran my mouth?
Listen, I just.
The whole purpose is standing up for yourself and saying what you think and how you feel. And that's what this playlist is for. Unfortunately, we got stood up by the trooper, but that's okay because we talked about everything else. So it is what it is.
It makes me mad when they want to say they're an advocate. And like what you're doing is making it okay. But them are the kind of channels that make everybody not want to be at an okay channel because they don't know. Because they go to a big channel because it's got all these subscribers, right? But them are the ones that are making more victims.
They make fun of things. They make a mockery of the cases they are advocating for. They literally abuse their subs and their mods and everybody else. They act like big, bad, tough men.
Get him, Whisper.
They want to contact me and think that they're going to intimidate me and talk shit to me. Wrong bitch, dude. You got the wrong bitch. I'm not that one. And he knows that.
You'll get Larry and I'll talk some shit to you, bitch.
No, please don't. And it's just ridiculous because I'm not okay with it. And you're not going to sit there and say that you're going to send me pictures of your dick. You're not going to continue contacting me. And I've told you multiple times not to. I am going to stand up for myself. I'm going to stand up for my YouTube community. And that is why we are here. Because we have to spread awareness. And everything that happens to everybody needs
show you really care.
Educated.
You really care. You really care. That's what it's about. You want better.
Exactly. We have to care. We have to care. And we have to make the important things come out. Everybody is so focused on the drama and the BS and the lies and the wanting to fight and call each other names and harass people and, put people's kids in danger by putting their addresses out there and shit like that. I'm not dealing with that. So you know what? I don't think at the end of the day that anybody has to deal with it. And nobody should deal with it. And that's why I decided if I'm going to be the one to start this and tell my story, then I'm going to have to do it. And I don't care about it. There's going to be crying because I have not come to terms with a lot of the things that I thought I'd be okay with. But that's okay because it's somebody else, then I don't care about doing the ugly cry on fucking YouTube. I've cried here before. Hey, what?
That's exactly it, Noelle. When you show your true emotions, it helps other people.
He said that something texting him or something like that.
Oh, Doug said in his live that I keep texting him.
Change the title, tag him, and exploit the exploiter, get the clout off him because the guy didn't show up. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Tag that motherfucker. Let people know who he really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not all about.
He's going to twist his narrative, but you're making it not okay to do what he's doing, and you're giving those people that have that done to him, from him and others, a place to come and be okay and come up with a better, because that's what we really want to do, is make change and make better. We don't want to continually make victims, Doug. No, take your broom and run away, okay? Because you are just nothing but trash. And the people that are listening to your Jim Jones speeches are trash too, okay? And the good people that you chase out of there because they have a different of opinion, they need to come over here where they're safe, where it's real, and where truth is always the end game.
That's true. You're never gonna sit there and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I'll sit there and I'll show you guys every damn thing that there is to be shown because I do not care. You want to try to sit there and turn me into your little internet cyberbullying victim? Good luck with that. It's not going to work, and I'm going to show your screenshots, and I'm going to show my husband and everything else. Don't text me acting like you're talking to my husband. And I tell you multiple times, this is not Matt. This is Noelle. This is my phone. Stop talking to me. Leave me alone. Stop texting me. Over and over and over again, tell him stop. He knows who the fuck he's talking to because then he turns around and he texts Matt's phone. So
he's playing a mind game. He's getting off
this
on it.
phone, and then you're texting that phone. But what's the point? What's the point of coming at me? There is no point of it, and
He thinks women
the
are
only
weak.
thing that's going to happen is that I'm going to show how much of an idiot you are, and that you like to abuse and take advantage of and intimidate women. That's not okay.
You know,
But the men out there that have this happen to them, like I said that the other day, men are 99% less likely to come out and talk about it. But you know what? They should talk about it. It doesn't make you less of a man because a crazy psycho bitch is chasing after you and doing to you the same things that men are doing to other women.
Men have
What
been
does that do? All it shows is that, you know, that there's equal evilness. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
men have been murdered throughout years by wives poisoning them or doing things to set them up, things like that. You know what I mean? It happens. It does
So,
happen.
that being said, should anything happen to Matt, please let's not cover it.
Matt, stay away from the rat killer.
Hey, babe, does this smell? Does this smell like chloroform?
Almonds to you. Cyanide. Tastes like almonds. It smells like it, I guess. I don't really know. But I mean, it is not a sex, gender crime abuse. It is every human being crime. Okay. And animals. I mean, it's any living thing, walking thing. People are sick. People do things because they think they can get away with it. But the minute you take the reins of that unruly horse, you're the one walking down the path, strutting instead of hastily running or following a crowd. You have taken back your power, which is so important in any abuse case. You need to know your own value. Somebody has stripped that from you in calculated narcissistic ways. And that will, I'm sure Noelle's going to be covering a lot of different types of mental abuse and things.
I'm covering everything.
She's
Everything
covering
I've ever been through,
Yeah.
physical or not, I will be covering it.
And know that it stems from you losing who you are or your ability to feel good about yourself because they strip you of it. And until you recognize that you've been stripped of that power, you can't take it back. So if you're recognizing you don't want that anymore, you're gaining your power. That's a little step to getting away. It starts small and it might take a while, but know your worth and know that there are people that will support you. And right here is one good place.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be multiple times that people are going to feel uncomfortable or not listen because whatever story I am talking about that day might trigger them in ways. And I've had people tell me there's going to be days that I'm not going to be able to listen, but just letting you know that I'm still here for you, and I'm happy and proud of you, and this and that, and that's okay. You don't have to listen. No one. I'm not forcing you to relive anything. I'm trying to help empower you by knowing that you're not alone. You are safe. You can talk to me. You can talk to anybody in here because we are all good people in this chat, and you have a place to share your story if you want to. And if you don't want to, I can read it anonymously if you still want it shared. On top of that, we're going to be giving out advice on how to plan a safe exit, whether you're a man or a woman.
And resources in your state. So, you know, it'll be.
They're constantly dropping those links and those numbers. You have to know who to contact in your state. That's why I asked, and I'm always going to ask, if you
2 phones put this way. You know, there's different steps. I mean, you have 2 phones. One is put away with all your emergency stuff and never gets used for anything but the day you leave. Okay. You know what I mean? There's ways, there's all kinds of resources out there for people being abused too that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm sure that
Right.
Noel
That's
hooked
why
you
we're
up with all of
sharing.
it.
That's why we're sharing it. We're dropping the links to whatever organizations. We're dropping the numbers. Every time somebody sends them to me, I add them to my list. I mean, I was writing down things earlier, and then I'm just going to put them in chats and in descriptions, and I'm going to text them out to the people that I know are going to be helping with dropping links and stuff. And that's all that matters. So
In every one of my videos,
organizations, please send me your contact numbers as far
Every
as like
state.
suicide prevention, any kind of helplines for abuse advocacy.
Abuse women advocacies, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm literally dropping that.
I didn't think about that till just now, and I know there's some in Minnesota, so I'll definitely send them to you.
Yeah, I have. Some of them are you have phone numbers and you have links that you can go to for websites, and then others it is just 3 digits, and it's okay. It's just that's all you have to do is type in those 3 digits and call that number, and they will be able to help you. I'm constantly dropping my number, my email.
And even 911 is like a place where they just answer and they hook you up to whatever county you are in that state. Okay, your 911 is in your state, but they want to know what county you're in or whatever, so they know where to send, because that's the first thing they asked me when I called 911 the other day when I thought the neighbor's house was being broken into. So, but they asked me what county I was in. So you might get that, but please hang on the line and you will get somebody in your state, somebody close to you, picking up the phone and dialing, even thinking about picking up the phone. Let's take that small step. That's a good step. Okay. You're doing the right thing. You need to know that every little step you do to save yourself is very important for the big picture.
Yeah, and that's the problem is a lot of people don't know who to call. They don't know what places that they can trust, because are you going to contact my abuser? Is it going to be plastered on the front page? I have nowhere to go. I have no help. I need help, but I don't know what to do or how to get it. And that's why we have to do this. That's why we're constantly dropping the information here. And you can, hey, Sugar Glider, how are you? Absolutely contact me no matter what. It doesn't matter because I'm always here. I always have my phone. It's always with me for you guys. Mama Bear's a big person, a big part of this, helping me. She does a lot of research and she's dropping a lot of things. There are national hotline numbers. Some people aren't comfortable with that. They want their state contact. Yeah. And so that's why we have to, that's why I ask, hey guys, send me your state's information. I also want suicide prevention numbers, because you know what? There's people that are getting abused. They don't think they have any other way out. And that's their way. And we can prevent that. All right. Thanks, Cheeks, for stopping in. Contact us, and Matt wants to share something with you, and I can't wait to find out what the little one's name is gonna be. Congratulations again. Mwah.
Yeah, congratulations. Babies are beautiful, but they grow up way too fast.
They grow up so fast. See, I mean, look, every single
That's a good statement, Mary. Yes. If you see children in abusive situations, please call for help for them.
Yeah. See something, say something.
Yes.
It's not a stupid saying. It's not a stupid saying. It is something that you have to do. People these days are so busy minding their own business that they are allowing harm to happen to other people.
If we all close our eyes, we can't bitch about what happens to us.
Yeah.
So open them up. We want change. Start showing people what that would be. Show kindness through your actions. And if you see somebody being abused, stick up for them, call the police for them, whatever. If it's children, and you allow that to happen, you're just as culpable in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody want to come up? Anybody have anything else that they'd like to say? Because I am going to be ending this here shortly.
I'm tired of my ass now. I'm done ranted out.
I'm going.
I'm only kidding.
I have to cook too. There's something about, men and being hungry. It's like I fed you yesterday. Isn't that good enough? Apparently it's not.
Or nobody bid him for Burger King where he could have had it his way. So now he's going to have it Noel's way. Probably better for him.
It does not matter. He's going to get what he gets. Yeah. And he'll be happy with it.
And happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Let's take a moment to remember our fallen veterans and our veterans that are still out there. You see one, ask him how he's doing today, because a lot of them are so forgotten. Please pay respects to people who have fought for our freedoms, where we can sit here and tell you about these things. I thank them. So thank you, everybody who has ever stuck up for or fought for our country as a veteran. I salute you.
Yeah, my daddy's spending the day with my mom and so, but he's a veteran. He was in Vietnam. So, a lot of people don't think that that there's relevance or importance to what they did.
Yes,
some people will talk and insult people because of certain medals or ribbons that they were awarded for fighting for our country in different wars. That's not what it's about. That's not the meaning of it, and it's certainly the meaning of it back when they were giving the awards and the ribbons out. So why make it a big deal? Why turn it into a disrespectful, disgrace type of a thing when at the end of the day, we wouldn't be here talking the way we are right now if it wasn't for them.
Amen.
We are literally standing on their backs.
Yep. Amen. I'm going to jump off so you can say goodbye to your audience, but I want to thank you and wish you a happy Memorial's Day. You know I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
You too. All right, guys. I am going to head on out as well because I got to get in, feed the child and the husband. So thank you all for being here. I love you. I apologize that we were stood up by the trooper, but that's okay. You can go stand somebody else up next because I only get stood up once. Anyway, I'll be back Wednesday night with Mama Bear on panel, and we will be going from there. If you would like to share your story privately, contact me, send me your story via email or call me, and I will read it anonymously for you. Let's have as much faith and protection and loyalty and safety as we possibly can in our lives from here on out, okay? And if you would like to come on and not talk about anything that may have happened to you, but you want to have an educational talk, let's do it. Let's teach people how to stand up for themselves, how to find a safe exit plan, how to recognize the symptoms of abuse. Just because it's not a violent abuse doesn't mean that it's not abuse. So let's take care of each other in here, because I don't care what happens elsewhere, but here with us in my YouTube home, with my YouTube family, I care. Let's take care of each other, okay? I love you. Bye, guys.